The reason that Republicans are the only people that make the argument that I can still be friends with people even though they have differing views is because the people with the differing views don't have views that hurt people. They are okay still being friends with liberals and Democrats because our morals and values don't hurt other people. So they can still be friends with us because they know that we're not bad people. And then they get mad when we can't do the same. But your morals and views hurt people. They hurt people that we care about. So it's always funny to me when I hear people say that. And I'm like, yeah, of course you can still be friends with me. I'm not a bad person.
How true this is, but I'm just finding out that they hit absolutely nothing. They did those 3 strikes on 3 different nuclear sites, and there wasn't nothing there in neither 3 of them. You mean to tell me this man just boomed 3 different locations for nothing? He just wasted taxpayer dollars for nothing? Did we just start a war with a country for nothing? If you was getting something out of it, that's one thing. They allegedly hit nothing. This is one of the most incompetent presidents of all time. And I thought nobody can get more dumber than Bush. Bush might have some competition. The way he just put the military at risk. Man, oh man, oh man.
The president crash out on the White House lawn is so disorienting because to a lot of people this is funny, but we are so desensitized to this type of behavior that we've experienced over the past 10 years that we genuinely need a reminder that POTUS is more or less having a meltdown over a conflict that with just one simple miscalculation can become a world war with millions of casualties.
The president is mad because Israel bombed Iran after he announced the ceasefire. But like, what was he actually expecting to happen? Because this war has actually been going on for a while. So I feel like just because he got America involved in this war with Israel and Iran and bombed Iran basically and was like, well, now it's time for peace. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. Just because now you're saying you want a ceasefire and you want peace because of XYZ and we destroyed their materials so they can't, cause any harm. It's like, I don't think just because you say that after you get involved into the conflict, that's going to make a ceasefire actually happen. And like, now he's like, oh, these countries have been fighting for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. All right. So now we're agreeing that war is dumb, that this shit is stupid. Like, but then why would you get involved and bomb Iran if that's what you think? And then why would you do that and then be like, now it's time for peace, let's do a ceasefire and expect that to actually happen when America and Israel have just bombed Iran? And then also, after announcing the ceasefire, Israel bombs Iran. And I feel like that's just something that you could kind of see that they would do. So like all of this is really crazy to me. I feel like we could have really avoided this, but here we are. And now it's like, oh, well, I'm mad at Iran and Israel because they kept dropping bombs after I announced the ceasefire. It's like, what were you expecting to happen? Like, shit's not just going to stop because you're all of a sudden like, no more fighting. Like what?
Israel and Iran don't know what the F they're doing, then why in the 7 hells are we involved? There are already reports coming out from various sources such as AP News that are saying that the United States strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities probably only set their nuclear program back by a couple of months. Folks, the risk to reward ratio is totally out of proportion. Furthermore, this is a president who said that he would not get involved in foreign wars, and we've done exactly that. Now Donald Trump is trying to bring about a ceasefire in a very unstable region. And clearly the U.S. has become Israel's lapdog where they just point in a particular direction and the United States is going. It's no reason that you're getting frustrated when we shouldn't have been involved to begin with. Cussing and screaming about it isn't going to change that we ultimately put service members at risk for something that might be unnecessary and bear no fruit. I do believe our service members should be applauded. And I say that as someone who served in the United States Navy as a cryptologist. But at the same time, we just put people at risk, not just those involved in those strikes, but different troops that we have stationed in the region. If Israel and Iran don't know what they're doing, why are we there?
Who knew that Trump had the power to declare a ceasefire between Israel and Iran? But did either side actually agree to it? That's what it says on his Truth Social. Supposedly, the Iranian supreme leader is holed up in a bunker. Israel and the U.S. claim they know exactly where he is, and they've made it clear that if they wanted to take him out, they could. Meanwhile, Qatar gave heads up before Iran launched their strike. Israel responded with no hesitation, and now Trump says this 12-day war is over. He declared a ceasefire, just like that. But let's be cautious here, because you know the Iranian government is a bunch of sneaky links. They love to smile and stall while plotting their next move. So I wouldn't be popping that champagne just yet. There hasn't been any major retaliation. The regime didn't change. Now everybody's supposed to pretend like they made their point, and it feels more like theater than actual warfare. Maybe this is the best outcome, but it's hard to tell.
Yesterday will be forever known as Donald Trump's mission accomplished moment. He was so quick to do a victory lap declaring that he had reached this ceasefire agreement with Iran and Israel, and that there would now be everlasting peace in the Middle East, and that it would never be violated. Well, once that ceasefire went into effect, it didn't even last for an hour before both sides were bombing the shit out of each other. There goes Donald Trump's Nobel Peace Prize. He wanted to take a victory lap and declare that he had destroyed Iran's nuclear program, even though it was made clear by experts there's no proof of this, and likely there's tons of facilities still underground that weren't destroyed, and they may even have moved uranium out of that location before we attacked them. So by making this ceasefire, he was going to let the Ayatollah stay in power, rebuild, and be exactly where he was. Donald Trump accomplished absolutely nothing, and he's freaking the fuck out today because he wanted a victory lap. He wanted to declare this victory like he destroyed their program and he made everlasting peace in the Middle East, and it didn't even last an hour. We know you're desperate, Donald, to make us forget that Elon Musk said you're on Epstein's list, but we still remember. This is George W. Bush, mission accomplished 2.0. Well done, Donald, you fucking clown. And that's what it is. Throw me a follow.